he basically was blaming us. It's actually because of you and your credit score that this didn't work.
So he was blaming you. He's like, hey man, it's your fault I'm poor.
He took personal offense to it. He basically is like, screw you. I'm not going to allow you to do me like this. We're like, we're not doing anything, man. At the very least, he owes us $26,000.
Right now, his answer to why he's not paying you is just, I think you guys are a bunch of jerks.
Yes, it's basically screw you.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia, but it's not Philadelphia. It's Texas. And our next caller is finding out that getting paid for his solar installation is a big ordeal. Let's talk to him. What legal issue are you going through today?
So in late 2022, let me sort of give some background story. I work in the solar industry, and long story short, I had a guy sign a contract. He actually signed 2 contracts, and we installed this solar system after we had gone through signing all the paperwork. So within his project, there was the install agreement, which is like, this is how big the solar system is, and then we're going to put this up on your property. And then to get him to where he could actually finance the entire solar system, because it was kind of a big solar system that had batteries attached to it. We had to do 2 separate loans, and that was actually suggested by the loan company that we went through. And so for one of them, it was like, I want to say $75,000, and the other loan was $38,000, I think. And so we signed paperwork. I don't work for the loan company. My only connection to them is like, hey, we will finance solar so you can use our platform.
Okay.
And so that part of the contract is actually just between him and the finance company, which is essentially, that's just a bank.
So let me just make sure. So the loan is only between the homeowner and the bank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My name is not on that at all.
And you have your own contract with the homeowner about the installation.
Yes, and let me clarify that too. I have 2, one for one of the loans and one for the other loan.
Okay. Got it.
And so I think the memory serves, the amount of money is $75,000 for one and $38,000 for the other.
Okay.
So whenever we get through installing, we have to tell the loan company, hey, we're done, so you can release the funds to us, and he can start paying on the loan.
Okay.
And so we pushed the first one through. That was for the actual $70,000, and it went, this is all done like same time of just like, here's this loan, now let's do the other one. And the second loan did not actually, it didn't allow us to release the funds, and the reason why is because he had been maxed out at the total amount of money that he could borrow for the system.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And so there was no communication from the loan company. They didn't send us any communication. They didn't send the homeowner any communication. We found out, at the very, very end, whenever we're supposed to be the happiest, hey, we're all getting paid. The guy, he came to us because he was actually a family friend of one of my installers. I tried to explain this to them. There's a couple different things that we could have done. He could have just paid cash. We could have reworked the loan to where his interest rate would have gone up, but we were going to eat some of the cost, because inside of the loans that we use is actually, do you all know what dealer fees or origination fees are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So he had an origination fee within his loans, and he wanted the cheapest rate he could go for, but that also skyrocketed the contract price, if that makes sense. Like you basically have to tack on that origination fee to the loan. And I made him aware of this. Like, I have emails, I have text messages, all kinds of communication, just explaining this time and time again. So after all that, I don't know if he just couldn't understand it, but he basically was blaming us. And it's like, well, it's actually because of you and your credit score that this didn't work.
So he was blaming you. He's like, hey man, it's your fault I'm poor. You shouldn't have sold me.
The funny thing is, he's not poor. Like, he owns a business. He's pretty successful. and we installed this. It's kind of like his house and his business right there together.
Yeah.
He's got money. When I say he's got 5 or 6 vehicles, he restores old vehicles. He runs a successful business. He is a millionaire.
So
And then
let me ask you a quick question. Make sure I'm following along on this. So ultimately, he just hasn't paid you for how much of the work is unpaid right now?
the first loan is paid in full. That was released to the installers, and then the 38,000. That's what is remaining.
Okay.
Now he could just pay us cash, and we would wipe away the origination fee. That would be like 20 some odd thousand, like 26 to 28,000. He could wipe away like 10 grand. Well, he took personal offense to it. He basically is like, screw you. I'm not going to allow you to do me like this. We're like, we're not doing anything, man. I tried to make it.
Can I just hold on? Let me back up. So is the origination fee something you're earning, correct?
The origination fee has nothing to do with me. I will not make that money. It never passes into my hands at all.
Okay, so it's and that's what I thought, but it's just part of the loan then, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
Which he already signed.
Right. So I know we're parsing between origination fee and other amount, but the total amount that he needs to pay is an origination fee to the lender and a portion to you, correct?
Well, the loan is actually now gone because we could never fully close it. Like, you have, I think, through that company, you have like 6 months. Like, you can request.
But let me back up. It's not your loan,
Sure.
so right? It's
Right.
a loan that he obtained, and now you
Let me
can't
back up
do any. Hold on, let me finish. You're not going to get any progress payments out of that loan because it's done. That credit facility is done, but he still owes you the money.
Yes,
I'm trying to simplify it down.
How much money does he owe you?
At the very least, he owes us $26,000.
Okay.
Okay, and I would settle for that. But
All right.
on the contract, he owes us 38. Now, I would have worked with him, and I tried to. And I'm like, look, man, this is how this can actually work. We even, between me and my installers, we said, hey, we'll eat, $4,000 out of the deal. They'll eat 2,000. I'll eat 2,000.
Okay.
And he said no.
Okay, so right now, his answer to why he's not paying you is just, I think you guys are a bunch of jerks, and that's it.
Yes, and it's basically screw you. It's like, that's your problem.
G baby, jump in. What you got a question here?
Can you take the solar panels back out? Can you take?
Well, yeah, we could, but that's one of those. We're in a tricky situation where, like, if we take those panels off, you cannot. I mean, we could just lie to somebody and be like, yeah, we're fine, but I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm trying to be as upfront and honest as I can be and do the right thing no matter what. And I don't really want to take them down because, like, his system works. It's perfect. Like, it's one of the best systems we ever installed.
Have you filed a lien
this is where it also gets tricky. So I'm technically just a sales guy, and my installers, I tried to tell, like, hey, you have 3 months until from the day of the work is being completed.
Hold on. Gimli, I'm gonna less labor, more baby. You don't have a lien. Your installers, have they been paid in full?
No, they have not.
Okay. So the installers still need to get some money. Are they paid through you? Is there a contract with you?
No, the money comes to them and then they pay me like it's technically a commission.
Okay. So do you have a contract with the actual homeowner?
I have the installation agreement with my name on it.
Okay. And then you're saying the installers have another contract with the homeowner?
No, the only two contracts. One is for the loans. The other is the installation contract, which binds us all together.
The installers sub to you. You pay the installers.
Opposite. We're all in that boat together. So, as a sales guy, I can sell for anybody. And I have a contract.
Hold on. We're just trying to let's go back. Let's go back. So you're saying there's a 3-way contract between the installation company, the homeowner, and you?
Essentially, yeah. So the only two people, well, 3 people, that the guy who is really, making all the decisions, his wife was a co-signer, and then there was me with my name on the contract, and I act as a representative of the install company.
Okay. So that's what we're saying is like the install company, you are a rep for the install company.
Yes.
The install
Yes.
company has a contract, and in that contract it says that you as a rep get paid.
Yes.
Okay. So that means that the installer is an original contractor to the homeowner, which means in Texas, which is where you are, correct?
Yes.
They have the opportunity to do a constitutional lien, which has a different and much simpler and less ridiculous schedule than a statutory lien. So do you know whether they have done any liens?
No, they have not.
Okay. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to send you some resources, both just some direct information as well as some names of attorneys that deal with constitutional liens. It's a fairly basic process. You don't necessarily need an attorney to get it done because it is so simple. But enshrined in the Texas Constitution is the right of folks who provide the services or deliver the material or put these shiny solar panels in to be able to put a lien on that property and then foreclose on the property to get their value out. And I can tell you right now that if this guy's rich and he sees a lien on his property, he can be real sad. And here's a little trick of the trade. Go look at the property records. It's free. If you see that they have a mortgage, you can CC their mortgage company on the note when you send the lien in. Guess what your mortgage says? You can't have any liens. They'll get real fucking feisty once they realize that's the case. That was not that feisty. That was more like a moderate, sultry. That was better. That was C minus. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna give that a B minus. All right. So that's a couple things. You don't have to remember all that. We're gonna send you some resources on that front, and that's really where we can go on it. What are your installers saying at this point? Are they just like, man, fuck, we're just not gonna collect?
Kind of, because one of them has like he's known the guy since he was a kid. I don't know what that means, but like he wasn't family, but kind of close to being family.
Okay.
And for me, I'm just like, you call that guy family? Like that guy screwed you out of $26,000, and basically
Sounds like family.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was insane, and I'm just like, why are you not doing this? I mean, the guy is loaded with money. I know he can pay it. He's trying to act like he's some poor pauper, and no, like get fuck that, get paid. Like
this sounds
crazy.
This sounds like a bad setup for an unhappy ending from the beginning. Like if you're dealing with a bad John at the beginning, you get your money up front. Like I'm just using the pimpo analogy in this case. Yeah. Like you're adding three people in and nobody's getting paid. Yeah, this sounds like a unhappy ending from the jump. So
right, and I don't disagree with you. I mean, the way it had like that, these issues from the beginning, and like, the guy's crazy. Like, I hate saying it, but he's just kind of crazy. It is what it is. But if I can get some info, and if I don't need a lawyer, I'm all about doing it myself. And constitutional liens are great.
Yeah. So that's the thing is you're going to have to look at the specific contract. That's why I said we might send you some lawyers who can just look at it for you to make it clear whether you can do the constitutional lien as a party to that contract or the installer has to do it. But since the installer sounds like second cousins or kissing cousins with the homeowner who's jilting you guys on the payment, what you might alternatively do is take the installer and the homeowner. You could take them to small claims court for the amount that you're owed. Right. So the 26,000 is how much of that is supposed to go in your pocket?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Small claims court is less than 20.
It's less than 20, but just how much of the 26,000 that is owed goes to you versus the installers?
1,000% honest, I don't remember.
Okay, but is it all of it? Is it all of it?
No,
okay.
It's not all of it. No.
So it might be less than 20, and you could go to small claims court over that. And that might get you where you need to go. There's some practical things that I think Josh will likely mention because he's a very practical guy. Josh, what are your thoughts here?
I think Bill killed it. Sometimes Bill gets too theoretical, in my opinion.
That's true.
But I think that he was incredibly
beautiful people do that.
He was practical. I don't know. Like sometimes I kind of want to recommend like a heist, but we already talked about
taking them back.
Yeah, taking them back. G Baby came in here. She's like, let's go in the dead of night, rip this solar off. But
oh, dude, like, honestly, there is part of me that just wants to say, oh, you're not gonna pay me? Okay, let's just go in there with a backhoe or something, just rip the batteries off the wall, and then just because we had to do some modifications to the property, and not a lot, but still, it's just like rip it off the wall, and then you got a big hole in your wall. Screw you. That's your problem now.
In a less civil society, we would mount up like the regulators and roll down and just take it all, take their children, take their precious moments collection. Well, we sell the children. We're not keeping the children. Yeah, Texas. I mean, I got enough children. Yeah. So, but in our civil society, the cost of that civility is that there are certain ways we go about doing it, the legal system being one of those. So I think there's some good practical tips here. We're going to get that information to you, Gimli. And I got to tell you, man, you've got a real mellow tone about you, but you got screwed here. Right. And I'm sorry, because I know you're out there working. It's a hard market. Solar's not an easy business to be in. You get that sale under your belt and you make plans on it. Right. You think, okay, right. This is going to be good. I'm not going to get the water cup. I'm going to get the soda. We didn't get soda when I was a kid. So I get that. and hopefully this can help make some good resolution, help these guys to see that you deserve to get paid. Josh,
awesome,
what do you
man.
think? G Baby, what do you think?
I think you should get your money up front next time. And I'm not legal, so I would get a solar panel or two back and hold it hostage. I don't know.
G-Baby just pulled a screwdriver out of her purse. I think she's ready.
If I can put it in, I can take it out. You're going to give me my money. That's just,
I love it. Well, Gimli, thank you for calling in today. We'll get you those resources, and thank you for being on the Barely Legal Show.
Awesome. I appreciate y'all doing Lord's work.
We're trying.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yep. Thank you all.
G-Baby, what did you think about Gimli and his gimp-ass contract with the fucking homeowner?
Exactly what I told him. That sounded like a setup from the beginning that they weren't going to get their money. 2 contracts, or 2 loans. I'm not understanding why the bank didn't pay the other. He said he had maxed out, so I think
I'm with you. I
get my money.
Many layers. You're like, ugh, there's something.
And the guy already has the money. Like he doesn't even need loans from the sound.
There's a lot of broke rich people. There's a lot of people. They're like, oh, he's got 5 cars. That doesn't mean he's rich. Like he could have loans on all 5 of those cars. Like he bought his solar panels with loans. There's people.
Sounds like he stole everything.
Yeah, maybe this guy's just one of those legal gangsters where he's just like, what are you gonna do? And he's got solar, he's got power. All of Houston's without power right now, but this guy's.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of those shows where they like sneak in with those like ultra fast tow truck guys that have like the 360 cameras, and like we need to get one of those guys in and just throw some fucking hooks on those panels and then just fucking take the cars. I bet they all need to be towed anyway.
If you can repo a car, I repo my solar panels.
I like it. Yeah. I like it. I think the solar business too, I've heard, is very skeezy on that front. I mean, I've heard a lot of bad stories about people not getting paid, guys laying in big accounts, and then the company's like, oh, you didn't cross a T, fired, right? And you miss out on a 6-figure commission. So if you've dealt with one of this issue before on a sales team, or you're working with an organization or dealing with a homeowner that's not paying you what you want, leave a note in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for checking in to the fucking
Until next time.
Until next time.
You're gonna fuck Bill in the fuck. Sorry. If you have a crazy legal story and you want to talk to some lawyers anonymously for free, call us.
Wait, we're not getting paid?
Nothing at all. I don't know how we're gonna pay for it, to be honest.